Okay, so yeah, it's just something wrong with this connection. I'm not sure even if I streamed it before, but I have this record. So yeah, I will put this like video. I will put this video into my channel later. Anyway, so let's continue. So we just check this source code of query core, and yeah. So we finished with checking like index.ts file here. So what to check next? Let's see. Yeah, the most interesting parts, I guess, it's query, like query observer, query cache, and query client. Query. This is one. This one is query observer, and this one is query observer. Okay, where to start? Yeah, there are a lot of things which are like here, like 550 lines, 200 lines, query, like 6, query observer. Yeah, the most long file. Okay, a lot of code to analyze. I guess, yeah, let's start with query cache. I think it can make us to understand some abstractions here, right? Because I think query cache it also has like query store. Interesting. And query store is it just queries, I guess, right? Has, set, get, delete, and values. Okay. So query cache, I think it's a place where all queries like stored, right? And it also includes like this query store field, and it calls like queries. Oh, it's just simple map with key. It's probably query key. We also checked how query key looks like. I mean, this function hash. Where is it? Hash key, right? So it just maps the string, and just string is like here. It is like a key, and it returns query. Yeah, so key is a string and value is query. Okay. So let's see what method it includes. So it's build, add query, remove query, clear, probably removes all queries. So get, likely by get all, find all, notify, on focus, and on online. Okay, so it's just simple setters like add. You can add query, you can remove query, you can remove all queries, you can get query by key, You can get all queries you can find probably by some conditions, right? Like filters, you can put here some filters and find all. You can also like notify. So it's kind of abstractions over this queries map, right? So you can do some operations just by calling this methods. But there is one method which is called build. I think probably it's supposed to be run before others. Yeah. We can also put some config here. Oh, it also includes like it's this query cache is also like extends with like subscribable query cache listener. Okay. Let's see what this build method does. What query key, query hash. It just builds new query, I think, right? And then add it. Okay. So yes, okay, you can just add this with build method. But it also you have to pass like a client here, query options, right? And state also. Interesting. To just create query, right? You need these things. Okay. Okay, I see. So likely this build method calls in query client. Let's check. So query cache dot build. Yeah. Like so when you just fetch query, like build probably query. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I understand. It works a bit different. So yeah. So probably when you first time fetch query, you just want to get this query. And you use query cache to get this query. But how it works, if you already have this query in cache, like here, you just uh, return it. But if you don't have it, you just create a new one. Okay, that makes sense. So this query cache is likely manipulates this query abstraction, and it would be interesting to see what it is exactly. But before that, it also it actually provides a lot of methods. Yeah, know how to just let's do it this way. Yeah, a lot of methods. Actually, this source code's easy to read. Yeah, and like that. They're like pretty simple functions, pretty understandable naming. Like that's great. Okay. So mount is fetching, is mutating. Mount, unmount. Okay. So it just subscribing, and unsubscribe. Okay. Fetching, mutating. Okay. Okay. Ensure query data. Get queries data. Set queries data. Remove queries, reset queries, cancel queries. So it also operates with this like queries, right? Usually it uses like query cache, right? Like to find some queries. Yeah, yes. But it also does something uh, more than that. So query cache, we need to like, let's see, let's try this in all the queries, okay? So we have this notify manager is the first thing, right? So we like find all queries and run for each one. We run invalidate. We also do that in notify manager batch, right? Because it does this invalidate. And after invalidation, we also run refetch queries, right? Which should like refetch. We also calculate filters here. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting also. These filters usually can, I think, so query has some fields and we can filter by these fields using like filters. So refetch queries. Find all, filter, disabled, map, and query fetch. Okay, pretty simple. Yeah, but where is it? Yeah, but let's check what is this type. All active and active. Okay. What exact predicate query key style fetch status. Okay, and type. Okay, interesting. Get query cache, invitation cache. Okay, let's go to like query instance should be pretty interesting. So yeah, we just checked how it works. So query client and query cache uses just queries and manipulate them, runs some like methods on these queries like refetch, probably fetch, probably all other methods. Anyway, like query observer, which is probably we can observe some changes, I guess. It's like also interesting abstraction. Like observers usually uses for making some updates in the UI, right? And in our case, in React query, uh, it it's used in use query, actually in use base query. This observer, yeah. So it creates new observer, pass client there, and we can subscribe to changes, right? Yeah. So anyway, let's briefly check this query. I guess class. Yeah, this is a class. So yeah, we can just kind of understand that this query class represents each query, and what makes query unique is query key, right? We just checked in query cache how it works with these queries. So if we can find it by query hash, right? So we just can we just get this query, but if it's not exists, we just create a new query. It's also two variables you can see, query key and query hash. Has query key by options. Let's see. Yeah, hash function. Okay, so we can separately. I think we can separately define these options like query key and query hash. But usually, I think we just identify query key and query hash will be calculated with this query key. And then by query hash, we can just get query from this query cache. Okay, let's go to query. Query. So yeah, we just figured out how these two fields works. We have some options, and query has also like query state, which has data that we probably fetch, error if the fetch was like failed. What else? Failure reason, fetch some metadata, invalidated flag is invalidated, also status and fetch status. As you can see, there is now like when we use hook use query, we can see some fields like is loading, is success, and other things, which is we called also like query state. But here, but I think it calls probably query result, not query state. Anyway, so in like query object, we just have status and fetch status. And status is error, pending, or success, and it's about like data. And fetch status is about like in what status our like function. So it's fetching if it's paused or it's just in idle state. Yeah. Okay. So where's query? Install state. Dispatch. Replace data. Okay, state has also like a data field. Yes, and we can replace it. New data. Some options. And yeah, that's that. Okay. And dispatch, right? When we set something, we use like dispatch function. Set data and mark it as cached. Okay. Updated add field. Also have this manual option. Cancel, destroy, reset, is active. Fetch. Okay, do we have some query function called here? Yeah, this is here. So this function likely the one of the interesting because in this function we are calling query function, which actually fetches data from like server or yeah or whatever. Interesting. A lot of logic here. A lot of logic here. And this dispatch thing. Yeah, and it looks like it uses like a reducer, which is kind of Redux style way to manage state, right? What's good about reducer is that you can define in one function like all logic and also this like all action types you can find here, right? So if like action type is let's say success, you can find it here. And another thing is that this we are sure that reducer is a pure function, so we don't have like any side effects, which make like more predictable um, code, and you can understand what happens here, and more predictable like behavior. Yeah. Yes, probably will be useful to just create some diagrams to understand what functions called another other ones. But fetch, dispatch, these functions are more probably big, right? In this query. Oh, in this query default state function. Okay, it just put query state. Okay, that's okay. So yeah, let's also collapse all functions. Just analyze them. Scope. Okay. Okay, not a lot of methods actually. So this fetch and dispatch, like fetch, it's something that contains logic of like fetching, and also like manage. It just check what status is here, check like options, right? Creates abort controller if you want to just cancel query, right? So a lot logic over just query function, over just calling query function, right? Also have this dispatch thing, which is which updates like our query state. What actually query state includes? We already checked it, all right? Yes, data, error, statuses. Yeah, so this, if you want to understand how, what like what states has query state, you can just check this function, right? You can find how it could be changed. Okay. Some operations with observer. So I think, yeah, it seems like query has observers field, right? And you can push some observer set query, and probably you can call something on these observers. Oh, you can see how much observers observe to this query. Invalidate. Yeah, it's interesting. These observers. It's probably not the one place where it uses length, and here we can find X options. Yes, so here after after we changing state, we also notify all subscribers by calling on query update and these observers for each observer. So each use query creates an observer, as you can see here. Then where state changes, we call just on query update, and likely it just goes re-render of this component where use query hook is placed. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, there is an interesting thing that query has its own observer, right? Where we just probably in constructor. Yeah, it's just empty by default, and where is add observer? Add observer. Check. Mutation. Query observer. Add observer. This. Okay, so I think it's time to finish this current video. So what we checked, so we just figured out what most of all these structures and abstractions that we have in query core, which you can find in index.ts file. We also checked how query cache works, how new queries creates, and how query cache stores queries. It just map. We also check some logic in query client and query observer, and we also check this query and how it works internally, dispatch, which manage state, and this fetch function. So yeah, I think it's time to finish. Yeah, I want to mention, like, yeah, this is the first time I just reading this documentation, so I just kinda understand it, trying to understand it on the fly. And however, yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you.